lovelies, welcome back to our channel, Get Spooky Society. We are back in Brookville, Indiana at Third Place, which used to be Clyde's Furniture Store and mortuary / morgue in the early 1900s. And we have not been here for about 4 years almost.
Unbelievable.
I know, and it's about time. So we're doing this location again because we had so much activity the first time. And it hopefully will be part of the Haunted Walk in Brookville, first one ever this year.
And you know what? I also like the baseline of having something that we've redone just to measure, the activity.
Especially 4 years apart.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Dill, we're going to start in the basement.
All right.
All right, it's time to
get spooky.
Maybe you'll talk to me through these rods. Do you know what dowsing rods are? If you want to talk to me through these, can you cross them in front of me, please? Wow, that was fast. Thank you. If you were one of the Masons, can you uncross them in front of me? If you were one of the Freemasons, uncross the rods straight in front of me, please. You can do it. Use my energy. Both rods straight in front of me, please. Do you miss your meetings here? Can you cross these in front of me if you miss your meetings here? Thank you. Are you okay with Elizabeth? Are you okay with what they're doing with your old meeting room now? If so, uncross the rods in front of me. Uncross the rods in front of me if you're okay with what the meeting room is now. Can you point both rods in the direction in which you are in this room at this moment? Point both rods in the direction in which you are in this room at this moment, please.
It's kind of near that bathroom.
Yep.
Just saying.
So they're pointing straight to the bathroom where we saw and heard the man the last time we were here.
Yeah.
If you are who we saw the last time we were here in that doorway you're pointing to, can you point the rod in my left hand to the left? Point the rod in my left hand to my left if you were the one that we saw in that doorway 4 years ago.
Wow.
Thank you.
So there's something about that room, clearly.
Right. Oh. I wonder if that was the room where they like got ready for the rituals. Remember, like at Laurel, they had that back room where they got ready for their rituals?
Right.
Was that room the room where you got ready for your different rituals, for your different degrees? If so, point the rod of my right hand to the right. Point the rod in my right hand to the right if that back room is where you got ready for your rituals, for your different degrees of masonry. I can feel you wanting to point it there.
Yeah.
Spark.
Spark. Use my energy. Point it all the way to the right. There you go. All the way.
And it may not have been a bathroom back then.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Were you one of the masons? Egypt? Were you one of the masons that helped get the other, I don't know what they called, brothers, masons, whatever they were called? Were you one of the ones that helped get them ready for their different rituals, for their different degrees? Point the rods in front of me, straight in front of me if you were. Both rods straight in front of me if you helped get the different men ready for their rituals, please. I need you to point the one on my left hand to the front.
Yep.
I know you've got more energy than this, and you can take my energy as well to move these rods. You had a very important job. Is that why you still hang out back there? Cross the rods in front of me. Guide, you guided people.
Yep.
Cross the rods in, yep. You took your job very seriously. Thank you. Was Elizabeth your wife? Uncross the rod straight in front of me if Elizabeth was your wife.
Working.
Express and working. Now they're starting to talk a little bit.
Yeah. And they're not senior. What do you say?
Lead. Sorry, that was me. And they're not what?
They're not like random words so much.
Lead. So he was a leader.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Was Elizabeth, what were they called, Rebecca's? And they were the Eastern Star, right?
Yeah.
Was Elizabeth part of the Eastern Star for the women? Cross these rods in front of me. If she was part of the Eastern Star. April? If she wasn't, cross the rods in front of me. Okay. That's all right. Is April another woman's name? Uncross the rods if April is another woman's name. Uncross the rods if you're referring to the, oh, that was me. If you're referring to the ghost, if you're referring to the month of April. It is April right now. I just heard movement back there. Is there something significant about the month of April? Point both rods to the left if April is a significant month. Both rods.
Wow.
All the way.
I wonder if it means something to the Masons.
I don't know. If this is something about, if it's a significant month for the Masons, point the rod of my right hand to the front. Wednesday. That's weird. Today is Monday, but is Wednesday significant? Point the rod in my right hand to the front.
It could mean that, like a lot of clubs, they meet on the 3rd.
Plain.
Like
They meet what?
like maybe they meet on the 3rd Wednesday of the month
Right.
or something.
Wonder if April might have been some type of election. Relaxing, some kind of election time frame or
Right.
rituals
Right.
or something. Was a Wednesday in April when you did meetings for the Masons to ascend to the next degree? Point the rod of my left hand to the front. If April was when you did your rituals so that the Masons could ascend to the next degree. I don't even know, like, the language.
I know. That's what the AMVETs do. April's their nomination month.
Is it really?
I don't know why. And then May's the election.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a pattern or not.
I'll try to look it up and see if I can find anything. Very interesting, thank you. What do you?
Would you what?
Washington. First. Send me up.
Are you ready to go up?
Sounded like sure thing.
I asked if they were ready to go up.
That was loud. It's the ending.
It's the ending.
Good grief. City. Same voice that said Washington.
Are you from Washington? Can you say yes or no?
Betty.
Betty.
Receive it.
What am I receiving?
To learn.
I'm to receive a lesson, maybe? What's the lesson? What's to be learned?
What? Thank you. Mention it.
Are you talking to each other?
See? Not so.
No?
Thank you.
Can you see us here in this room? Can you tell us how many living people you see?
For what?
Say the number of how many living people you see in this
I was a
room.
little kid. I couldn't hear what they said. Something mean. Of course not. Did you pick up? I picture
Can
oh, Jesus.
Can you answer yes or no if you were a Mason? Can you say about what year you were here? Can you tell us if you were born in Brookville, Indiana?
2.
2. Are you saying that you see 2 of us? Yes or no?
Man said the same thing twice and I couldn't understand him very fast.
Okay.
There 2. There's somebody over here.
I asked how many living souls you could see, and they answered 2 a couple different times. Interesting.
April did it.
What did April do? Are you the man that hangs out in that back room in the bathroom. Are you the man that we heard humming the last time we were here? Yes or no?
Supposedly.
Supposedly you're the man that was humming.
That's the truth. Forget my soul.
We don't want to forget.
Convinced.
Can you give us more? Give us more information. What don't you want to forget?
All of them. Of all. Of all.
What do you mean by that? Of all.
What was that? He's right there.
We can't see him. Where is he?
I did it.
What did you do? Was it bad?
Jimmy.
What about Jimmy?
I forgive you. Gabby.
Did Jimmy do something bad to you?
I'm here.
Where are you? Can you show yourself? Make a noise? Can you turn on one of our devices? Those little cat balls?
Oh. Yeah, I was really. 4 different voices said of all.
Of all
You
of
should know.
of all of what?
You should know.
I don't know. Tell me more. Can you touch her hair? She knows you're close. She won't mind.
Nothing's coming through now. Wow.
There was a few interesting things.
Yeah. At first it wasn't working because I forgot you have to have it on Wi-Fi or
Oh.
to use it.
So I asked how many spirits were here, and twice you said 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember saying 2. 4 different voices said of all. I have no idea.
And I kept saying, of all what? can you tell me more of what you mean? And whatever followed didn't make any sense. I kept saying, of all what?
Should we spend time in that bathroom or should we wrap it up?
I think we could do a little time in there.
Okay. Jail's in the bathroom where we saw the man. And he's got a mirror behind him, so we'll see if anything shows up in there.
Can somebody speak to me through this device?
That was me turning off the other camera. I think the card's full.
Okay.
Seems like things have gotten really quiet. Like they're done with us.
Not one word yet.
Your light's going dead.
Do you want us to leave?
Decide.
Decide.
Decide. We have to decide.
We're trying to decide if we should leave or stay. Would you like us to stay? We will stay if you talk to us. Is there anything we can help you do? Camp?
What was it?
Camp?
Camp?
Like go camping?
Okay. You can just go like back on the back and reach back there. I can't believe we haven't gotten one flashlight or cat ball up here.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Considering what happened last time.
I know. I'll move this because I don't know if I can see the flashlight. There we go.
Is there anything that we can tell someone for you? Do you want to give someone a message? You can turn on this flashlight or that cat or that round ball, if there's something that we can do for you.
Now's your chance. If we don't hear anything, we're gonna have to pack up. The people that let us come do this tonight are probably wanting to come lock up.
Right. And we may not be back here for 4 more years.
I just feel like it's dead, pardon the pen.
Are you happy with how clean it is up here now? It's very well organized. Can you turn something on if you're happy?
What are you feeling, Dale?
When I was standing out there by the stage, I felt like something was in here watching me. I can't lie. But now that I'm in here, I don't feel anything.
Yeah, and we went from lots of words through that to nothing. Well, not really. Just a couple words since you've been in there.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like there's so much difference here that they're happier.
I wish they would say that. Can you just give me the word happy?
Well, it's almost 10:30. I say we call it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just not getting anything.
No. Hey lovelies, that wraps up another episode of the Get Spooky Society here in Brookville, Indiana at 3rd Place. I'm currently sitting on what was the Masonic Lodge meeting room stage, if you will, I guess. That's what we've been told. And we really love this building and love the history in this building. And if you haven't, smash that subscribe button, give us a huge thumbs up, comment, share, anything you do for free helps our channel. Until next time,
Stay spooky.